Hi guys, today we're going to continue on with our skill acquisition unit, and we're going to talk particularly about the associative stage of learning. So in order to gain success from today's lesson, you should be able to identify when the associative stage of learning is present and understand the signs of the associative stage and understand why that's relevant for future practice. So just a reminder of what the stages of learning are. So we've spoken about the cognitive stage before. That's the understanding and when you're in the very initial phases of learning a new skill. We're today going to talk about the associative stage, and following on from that is the autonomous stage. So in the associative stage, learners will be refining their accuracy and the consistency of the motor skill because they have practiced for a fair amount of time. The degree of error will be reduced. They'll recognise when there is an error without having to seek feedback. They'll know how to do, not just what to do. So they will understand not just the physical and verbal cues, but the body starts to understand how to execute those cues. They can better anticipate and time their movements. They do require feedback on technical aspects and in order to take performance to the next level. What coaches will see in the associative stage include the fact that movements start to become quicker, and that's because there is less thought process that is required. So because things are beginning to become more automated, movements will become more quicker. Performance becomes more efficient, so less wasted movement and unnecessary movement. Improvements become less dramatic because we're not going from zero to being able to do the skill at some form of level. Now we're starting to really refine and fine-hone, so improvements are less dramatic. Self-talk is reduced. It still exists, but not to the extent that it was required before because the physical cues are becoming more automated. Performance becomes more consistent, so you are able to get a couple of trials of something in a row that mirror each other, and performers can critique their own performance. So again, instructions, demos and feedback are important, but less so than the cognitive stage, so the earlier stage. And practice should start to mirror competition and performance. So that's the associative stage in a nutshell. Go and find more from your textbook and search the web on the associative stage and start to apply it to the context of volleyball. Thanks, guys.